Hi, welcome to the Mothership for Network She. I am Michelle Smith from Angelic Healing. I help and support by teaching you how to think and heal yourself happy. And today in the Mothership, I'm speaking to the very beautiful Harv on this lovely sunshiny day. Lovely to see you today, Harv. How are you doing?
I'm really well. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Very welcome. It's lovely to see you. So would you like to introduce yourself, Harv? Let everybody know who you are and what makes you happy.
Okay, so my name's Harv. So anybody doesn't know the meaning of my name, it's Welsh for summer.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it's been a blessing of a name all through my life, to be honest with you. At first, it was not so much. So I got teased a lot in school, but I've learned to love it and embrace it. So I'm from a small Welsh village called Trefnant, and I would say from an early age I was quite an adventurous person, and I couldn't wait to go and see the world. So did that, came home, and now I would say what makes me happy is my two lovely boys, my husband, and he can be annoying, but he is lovely most of the time. And not forgetting my lovely little Jack Russell, my dog. So I'm surrounded by men.
Yeah.
Lots of testosterone to compete with, but luckily I'm quite calm, and I can I can keep everybody else calm as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not scared to say it anymore. I've curated my life with my family and myself in mind. So because they're so precious to me, and that is what drives me, what makes me happy.
Oh, that's lovely. Really lovely. No, don't be scared to say that. That's beautiful. Really lovely. So you mentioned there that you travelled somewhat in the world. Where did you get to? Tell us a little bit about that.
So I got to Australia.
Oh.
Yeah, after dabbling with, did I want a career? Did I want to do this? I could not make my mind up, Michelle. So off I went with my boyfriend at the time, and now he's my husband. So it was a very long time ago. So we went to Australia, and we ended up staying there for about off and on for close to 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, how lovely. Nice to be able to share those memories together as well.
Oh, do you know, it's great. And then now over lockdown, we were looking back at our pictures and showing our boys where we've been, what we've done. So I'm afraid we might have planted the adventure seed into them now. It's like, oh my God. But I warned them already. Well, if you do go, Mum is following, I'll come with you.
Why not? Absolutely. What a lovely, lovely thought. Oh. So do you want to give us a little bit about your background then, Harv?
Background, as I say, the beginning of I didn't know what to do. So first of all, I was going to be a teacher, and then I thought I did that for a year. Although I loved the teaching, you know, being with the children and everything, the paperwork, no thank you. Yeah. And then I found floristry, and I loved it. It ticked all the boxes for me, the creativity, the meeting people. Oh, it was just problem solving as well. Anybody who's been in a floristry shop or worked in the floristry industry knows you've got to be able to solve problems in that. It's just constantly, yeah. And that helped me as well travel. So when I was in Australia, I found work all over the place as a florist. I think there was about 1 month. There was one incident in Brisbane. I couldn't find a job, and that was the only time. And everywhere else, it's been great.
Fantastic. Oh, you've got so many strings to your bow that we're not aware of. And all transferable skills as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So how did you move into what you're doing now? Tell us about that.
Well, when we came back from our travels after Australia, we didn't want to settle down still, so we ended up going to Cyprus to
As you
start a
do.
family. As you do, Michelle, of course. So we went over there to Brett's career took him over there, and I thought, okay, this is a good time for me to start, for us to start a family. So that was interesting. And then we came back, and then I thought, right, it's time to follow my dream of floristry. So with that, started my own business in 2008, the floristry business, and it was wedding flowers, and I loved it. But there came a time that it didn't balance out with the family. Brett was having to work away, and we were just trying to find a way to bring him home as well. So I came up with the idea of Marquees.
Yeah.
For his transferable skills and for my own. And it just happened in 2013 that we started the business. So it was a way of getting him home and creating that balance, that all important balance for me, Michelle.
Yeah. Well done for getting the balance right with a young family as well, and still managing to be self-employed and involve your husband. I think you've got it sussed. How perfect is that?
Yeah.
And you've got thrown the animals into the mix as well. Yeah. Amazing, absolutely fantastic. So did you start off big, or has it grown over time? Talk to us about your business and how it's evolved.
Well, it started we started off with one marquee, one decent sized marquee that we could host maybe 120 guests or something in it, and then they could have the dance area and the bar area and stuff like that. So that's what we started with in 2013, and then from then we just gradually built it up, and then what are we now, 2020? So we've got meters and meters with Marquees now.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. So we can host huge events now. Obviously not at the minute due to this the pandemic, but it's been interesting, and it's been a gradual growth, basically. And I must say that the proudest part of it for me is being able to employ people.
Oh, yeah. How lovely. Local people as well.
Yeah. It's oh gosh, it's amazing. It's amazing that what we generate, gives somebody else a living too. And it's,
fantastic. I'm not surprised you're smiling and feeling very proud about what you achieved, so you should do too. And you've managed to survive the lockdown.
Yeah. The first few weeks of March was horrendous, and I felt quite emotional talking, because we specialize in weddings, although we cover all sorts of events, sporting events, all sorts, but the private hire of our marquees is mostly for weddings. And having to talk to these lovely couples, and I haven't got the answers, but we will work with you, and just showing them kindness and the support that we received from them. It makes me feel emotional now. But it was lovely. Although it was a terrible time, the human kindness that we felt from all our couples was really humbling.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that's brought some emotion up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's caring, isn't it? It's love that. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So how's it come about then around, have you been involved with the pubs, the way they've had to change to do things outdoors to be able to see people?
Yeah, we've so strangely enough, or just the way the world is, we've now got different clientele for the moment, but they'll be with us when we go back to normal as well. So we've been supplying marquees for pubs to be able to increase their capacity, so when customers do come in, that they don't feel that they're going to be into closer contact. You know what I mean? It's just going out is quite frightening for some people. It is for me.
But it's amazing that you've been able to give that industry that opportunity to keep going and support. So you're very diverse now in your offering.
Yeah.
You know, you've had to be quite innovative, I should imagine, with, well, we can support there, we can support that. We might not be able to do weddings anymore, but it doesn't mean to say we can't help.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
So with the marquees that you've got, then you can pretty much change the shape and the area to suit what's happening, can you?
Yeah. So the marquees that we have are they come in widths. So the smallest is 3 meters, and it goes to 6 meters, and then it goes to 9, and then it goes up to 12, and then they increase by length by 3 meters. So then, you know, the bigger the event, or the bigger the space, or the smaller the space, we can adapt to that. So it's pretty versatile, but you've got that 3 meters by 3 meters that we need to work with.
I'm just thinking, I'm not very technical, so bear with me. But the way you were describing then the different sizes and how you can extend by length, I've got a vision of the big top, thinking, well, you can't have that many roofs knocking around. How do you put the lid on it? I'm sure other people might be thinking that, but if it pops into my head, it comes out of my mouth.
No, right. So the marquee is, if you think of it as a frame, so there's so you need the end here, or the beginning, and then you need the other end here. So they come in, so there's 3 meters gap between those two there, and then there's a roof that gets pulled over. So the roof has to be pulled all the way through these little tracks.
Yeah,
and then it just comes up like that every 3 meters for however.
Fascinating. God, that's amazing. So you really are very versatile, aren't you, then, to different, because everybody's outside space differs, regardless of the occasion. So amazing, absolutely fantastic. So do you help put these marquees up then? I've got this vision of you yanking away there, or are you the supervisor?
Well, me, at the beginning, yes, I did help. I would say, was I a help or was I a hindrance, Michelle? Brett would probably say I was a hindrance, because some of the components, some of the poles and things are 2.3 meters and longer, and me swinging, I'm only 5 foot. So me swinging some of these poles around was probably quite funny if somebody was watching, but I did at the beginning muck in, but thankfully we've got staff now.
You've got the team.
But I needed to know what was,
to be able to answer strange questions of people like me.
No, that's all.
So interior decor then, I'm wanting to visualize, I'm holding an event. What are my options? What can I do inside? What's the layout?
Right. This is my favorite part because of the background, and so this is my USP bit with the floristry. So the interior part, you can have linings, so they're sort of like a ruched linings, and they're ivory, so you won't see the PVC. So it just makes it feel a little bit warmer, a little bit more special. And then we put the fairy lights in the roof. That's always a given now. It's never an option now. I just say, okay, you want some fairy lights, okay, it's in there. And we've got different styles of lighting and stuff like that as well. Some people like the rustic style, some people like the traditional style. So we've got all manner of accessories to accommodate everybody's style, basically.
Fantastic. What an amazing setup. Brilliant. So do you put the dance floors and things, the bars and everything together, and the lighting as well?
So the dance floors, we have all the furniture, the flooring as well. Sometimes you know, it's a mobile venue at the end of the day, and you can choose what color carpet you want
Oh,
on the
wow.
floor as well. So this is a brilliant you know, selling point for people wanting to create their own special event. So yeah,
You've got my thinking there. So I'm thinking future tense for some of the retreats where I like to do things outdoors, but they don't, not every accommodation can accommodate that kind of thing, you know, like full moon type
oh
meditations
yes.
and, you know.
Well, you say about full moon, we've got clear roofs as well, so
Oh, wow.
it could all be clear. That was a new trend before the lockdown. But yeah, all clear marquee, so you can see everything. Because to me, if you're having your events or something outside, you want to bring the outside in. That's why you want to see it, don't you know?
Absolutely. Well, that's like music to my ears. We have to have a side conversation. So in terms of distance, then, where do you cover? How far are you prepared to go to pop one of these up?
Well, we've gone as far down as Barmouth.
Wow.
Yeah, Oswestry, and then a bit of West Cheshire as well. But yeah, I would say most of our work is along the North Wales coast. It seems to be. So yeah, Anglesey. We're in Anglesey an awful lot.
Beautiful. I love
Yeah.
it. So whereabouts are you?
So not far from St Asaph.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're not too far away.
Yeah, so ideally located on the A55.
Ideally. Yeah. Fantastic. Brilliant. So what does 2021 look like for you then? Have you been able to plan in advance?
Yeah, for 2021, we're still looking at the diary is still full with the weddings that were postponed from this year going into next year. So yeah, and with last night's announcement about the vaccine, it does feel very positive, but I don't know, I don't want to be yeah, we can go ahead, but you've got, you know, I can't control it, can I? So
well, we're all the same, aren't we? So all we can do is evolve with time.
Yeah. But with the other work that's coming in, you know, with the long-term and short-term hire, because we've had to adapt to that, to be honest with you. It's something that we'd always shied away from when we first started the business. So there's a bit more of that. So we're still working with educational sector, healthcare, and TV.
Wow, tell us more. Is that what I think it might be?
Well, I can't say about that one, but we did provide equipment for what was it? The bridge. Did you see it at all?
I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. But it was filmed. Oh gosh, by the Brennig. Do you know where the Brennig is? Yeah, there's a lake up here. Yeah, so we were there. So yeah, our customer base is changing, and I think that's going to continue into next year. So I'm quite positive about it, Michelle.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. Wow, amazing. Tell me a little bit about that educational and the did you say the health board as well?
Well, the educational one is helping schools increase the size of their classrooms, basically having a bit more space, and then it's been for the healthcare was providing a shelter for the COVID test areas.
Amazing. Yeah. So you really have. It's been what an incredible year. Because if somebody would have said to you at the beginning of the year, what does 2020 look like? Where are your aspirations? What customer base are you trying to go for? I bet you would have never have thought about schools or the
No,
health side of things.
no,
So,
not at all.
well, well done. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ladies in the mothership that are now watching this video going, ooh, and their brains are ticking and setting off rockets of desire, just like me. Oh, we could do this and we could do that and we could do the other. So if we wanted to get in touch to discuss ideas that probably haven't got the full completed vision, you
Yeah.
can help and support with that, can
Oh
you?
yeah, definitely. If you've, if you've got a space, you've got an idea of, an event or just a get together, I can help you, can give you some advice. Maybe some things you haven't thought about that I might be, throwing something up, and just make sure that your event just runs as smoothly as possible. That was always our aim, to make sure that hiring Marquee was going to be as simple as task as hiring a venue. So yeah.
Amazing. So it's not just a case of this is the marquee size that I want, you come and put it up and leave you to it. You're literally helping with the event planning, organisation.
Well, I advice really. Yeah, and I know, because through this we know an awful lot of people now. So if I don't know it, I'll be able to point you to somebody who does know it. So it's very much a collaborative. Yeah, not me or helping to organise your event per se, but a bit of guidance. I think a lot of people appreciate that as well.
Gosh, I'll bet, absolutely. Because it's a massive task to take on for somebody. It's kind of like, oh, where do I start? So
Yeah,
yeah.
that is always the thing. Oh, I'd love a marquee, but where do I start? And it actually is, it's easier than what you think, to be honest. So yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Sounds amazing. So if COVID wasn't around
Okay.
at all, and we were looking at next year, I know you're talking about your weddings that have been postponed, but aside from that, now you have all these extra opportunities that you wouldn't have thought of if COVID was around. What might 2021 look like for you? What would you love to do?
Oh gosh, with the business.
Yeah.
Oh, I think exploring the commercial side of things. So phew, yeah, the like temporary like warehousing, that type of thing as well. So we're looking into that, and moving into that. Our marquees are lovely, and maybe they're not quite the ones that you want to hold in, extra. I don't know, extra. You need some space for some holding some extra stock or something. They're too nice for that. So we're exploring the idea of maybe bringing something else into the business as well. So yeah.
Fantastic. So you're always looking ahead, forward thinking, new ideas, innovative,
Yeah.
not scared at all. Amazing. Absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic. Wow, how exciting. So are your kiddies or are they involved in the business? Are they growing up now?
Oh, I don't think they're interested, Michelle.
It looks like too much like hard work watching mum and dad. Yeah.
I think so. I think so. The eldest has dabbled. He's been to help dad a couple of times, and he's been a great help. But he's only 14. He's coming up to 15 now. So who knows? But I think, Michelle, that he's thinking of going into the army or some sort of armed
Wow.
forces. Yeah, bless him.
Oh well, that's something I can talk to you about another
I
day. It's
know.
it's amazing the difference in my son. He's 22 now. He went in he was being interviewed between 17 and 18, and he was 18 as he joined up. And he's a young man. Every time he comes home, he's more mature each time.
Yeah, yeah,
And he's seen the world and he's had so much training. It's fantastic. So yeah,
yeah.
well, he's got to have got that drive and ambition from watching you guys,
Yeah. Well,
learning
Brett
about
was.
your troubles, travel.
Yeah, definitely. Brett was in the army as well,
Oh
so
well, there you go.
that maybe does influence. And I I going back to the adventurous part of myself and of Brett, I think that is definitely sunk into to the eldest. His name's Bryn, and yeah, we'll see where his path will take him. But I think it'll be exciting. And then the youngest is obsessed with sport.
Fabulous. Wow, that's great. It's better than staying sat inside with an Xbox, isn't it?
Yeah, his birthday's coming up in December, and you know, at the minute you're not sure what to do with having a birthday party or not. So he's turning 10. So I suggested to him, well, how about doing a Santa Dash
Oh,
for his birthday party? And he absolutely loved it, Michelle. The idea that he's got his birthday party is going to generate money for it's for Hope House that he's going to do it for.
Oh,
So,
lovely,
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Oh, what a lovely young man. So you see, all that innovation is rubbing off on the boys as well.
Yeah.
So what does Christmas look like for you and your family? Is it going to be keeping quiet? Are you doing some hibernation, or are you still going to carry on working throughout?
Well, to be honest with you, Michelle, I'm not sure with the guidelines. They've not released it yet. So we've just had a phone call about maybe having somebody wants a wedding on the 24th of December.
Wow.
And then we've had a few inquiries about having a marquee in people's gardens to increase the space, so they're not all inside the house, but
yeah.
So I've said to Brett, well, let's release maybe 3 so we can do 3 of them. But I don't want a load of marquees out over Christmas. Is that really bad, or am I just...
No. I think at Christmas time you're allowed to pull back a bit.
Yeah.
Getting the balance right, isn't it? Absolutely. Yeah. So you've enjoyed the mothership then throughout the lockdown?
I have.
There a lot. It's been an amazing safe space for us all to get to know each other.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm quite I don't share an awful lot on social media, and I find it quite a scary place sometimes. If you put your opinion out there or whatever, you're thinking, oh my gosh. But I found that the mothership has increased my confidence in that a little bit more, and maybe I'll be posting a little bit more on my Peak Marquee Hires social media things, maybe about people like to know who we are as well, don't they?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's scary.
Yeah, people buy off people, don't they? And one of the lovely opportunity of being able to do these interviews is meeting so many people, but also sharing these conversations with everybody in the mothership. There's saying earlier to somebody else I was talking to, you have your pitch and you have your network hat on, and when it used to be face to face and you were going around the table, you're getting ready for your 60 seconds, and this is completely different.
Totally.
Completely gone, and yet it's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so much more relaxed. It's a safe space. We're really building relationships. I think that goes a long way, that we can not just collaborate but support each other, but also we're getting to know each other as people as well as businesses, to be able to recommend.
Yeah.
So, it's like, oh, I know somebody. Or if you don't, like you said earlier, I know a man who can.
Yeah.
We're all in that position where we know we can just put a post on to say, I need some help with such and such a thing, and bang, bang, bang. The right people will jump on it. No problem. Happily, willing to support each other. It's been fantastic.
It really has. Yeah. I've enjoyed that aspect. I've dipped my toe into networking quite a few times over the years, and I've jumped back out again and again, just being a little bit. I'm not a sales. I am a salesperson, but I don't want to put it into people's faces all the time what I do. And I found this platform so refreshing. And as you say, it's about building relationships. It's not about sell. This is what.
Yeah, because I've done network in the past where, when I first came out, I didn't have a great experience face to face in a women's networking group. I found it quite intimidating, and it put me off. And if I hadn't have met Ruth when I did and come into Network She, I wouldn't have been experiencing this wonderful experience within the
Yeah.
mothership. So there's a lot to be said, you know. This has been around for us every single day. We've, you know, Ruth has shown up and everybody's been on board, and look what we're achieving. All these fabulous courses, and, you know, the Coffee and Connections, the book club, all the academy, everything for everybody to dip into. I think we're very fortunate.
Oh, absolutely. I can't believe how Ruth keeps it fresh every single day.
Yeah, you
That
know,
lady can talk.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's a good job, isn't it? Yeah, me too. Oh, super. Well, it's been absolutely lovely chatting with you, getting to get to know you properly, spending the time together. So if you've got any hints and tips, any golden nuggets for anybody else, what would you like to share?
Well, something I have noticed on as ladies on the Network She is a lot of us do work from home, and I would say balance is key. You know, getting your limits in of when you're working and when you are not. You know, it's I was guilty of it in the early years. You know, answering an email at 10 o'clock at night. I never do that anymore.
No, me neither.
No.
Yeah. But you're right. You do get, in the early days, you don't want to leave the timescale too long before you come back to somebody. But you have to have boundaries.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Because once if you think, right, okay, you'll answer a message that's come through off your Facebook page. You think, why is somebody messaging me at 9:45? They must need some support. But then you start in dialogue. So it's back and two, back and two, back and two.
Oh.
So there's got to be a line. There's got to be a line.
Yeah, definitely. So that balance is something that's really important to me. But as going back to the very beginning of the conversation, is the family, and how, you know, if I don't have balance, I can see the impact on them immediately.
Yeah. Well, good on you. Great piece of advice there. Yeah, it's do you know what, it's rare for people to have got that off to a T, so fair play to you.
I wouldn't say I've got it off to a T, but I am. You've got to work at it.
Yeah, it's obviously important to you.
Yeah.
For all the right reasons. Yeah, and it does bring us nicely to what made you happy from the very beginning of the interview. I enjoyed about family. So well done, an expert at interviews.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's been, I think this is my first ever interview, so thank you so much, Michelle.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure. It's been amazing. You're very humble. You're so sweet. It's like you've got so much to offer, and yet, like you say, I'm not one of these salesy people.
No.
You know, and I think that's what's lovely. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
People do buy off people, so I wish you all the luck in the world with your business. You're obviously very passionate about it and very good at it. So and no doubt our paths will cross again in the mothership, if not when we're in person in the meantime.
We'll gaze at the stars through the clear room.
Yeah. I'll be planning those retreats and watch this space. Excellent. Right, well, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Will do. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Bye.